This small office in Montreal offers a unique service for many vulnerable people, including the unhoused. Among those services, Face à Face specializes in a mail service for those who don't have a fixed address. Over 1,200 people rely on it to pick up their mail, dealing with hundreds of clients a day, with only a handful of employees.
Already we're kind of have our heads above water, so it's quite stressful.
And staff worry things are about to get worse. Nearly all of its operational budget comes from federal funding. But this year they'll lose access to 2 programs, which would have amounted to about $150,000.
For individuals that don't have access to housing or a fixed address, this is like the implications are really, really dire for them. If we have to reduce our services to maybe 2 days a week, that would not be good for a lot of people. That would be very, as I said, catastrophic.
One of the federal programs, the Community Encampment Response Plan, was only temporary and was set to expire at the end of the month. But Face à Face says it doesn't know why its application for another program, Reaching Home, was denied. Buhena says there's a lack of transparency, but they're not the only ones who think so. The community organization Ensemble offers seminars at schools teaching children about respecting people of different cultures and backgrounds. For months now, they've been in limbo, waiting to see if their application for federal funding from a different agency will go through. Their director has reached out to the government for updates, but hasn't heard back.
All around the country, organizations close doors every day in silence because of that, because they don't have answers, they don't have the help, they don't have the money to continue, and we can't accept that. With all the problem we face, we need us more than ever, just not Ensemble, but every organization all around the country.
The federal government says in Face à Face's case, funding for the Reaching Home directive is allocated through local partners on behalf of the federal government. It says the regional health authority is responsible for managing the funds. As for Ensemble, it also relies on federal funding, but from WAGE, so that's the Federal Agency for Women and Gender Equality. CBC News contacted both Santé Quebec and WAGE for an answer, but did not hear back in time for this report.
In 2021, we had about 600 active files here. Now we have 1,200 files. So the demand has increased, tenfold in some senses.
Buhena says the effects could limit operating hours and also the number of employees who work at the center. But she says if people can only rely on limited hours to retrieve welfare or pension checks or other important documents, the outcome would be terrible for them.